Last week, I demonstrated some cool tap moves for you guys and gave you the name who created tap moves, which is William Henry Lane, known as Master Jabba. Let's dive in a little bit more deeper and get more history on tap. Tap dance originated in the United States around the 19th century. Africans and Irish Americans danced whip tap. Slaves turned into dancing to express themselves and retain their cultural identities. Master Jabba was one of the only and early black tap dancers to tour with white groups, and one of the first to perform with white audiences. He was offered a fast and technical, brilliant dance style, blending European and African dance forms. Actors were allowed to perform the minstrel shows until 1938, when Lane began performing the minstrel acts. He was required to wear black face makeup, which seems absurd to think of a black man being forced to wear makeup, so he can look like a white man made up to look black. But that was the only way he was allowed to perform in the early years of minstrel shows. Audience simply would not tolerate a black man on stage. Jabba's enormous talent made him so popular that he was able to perform in his own skin. William Henry Lane used different areas of his feet to create rhythm, time, and beat. He used his heels to create the deeper tones of the bass, drums, and the balls of his feet to layer softer, higher sounds. Students later studied tap in the 21st century. They learned from Master Jabba. Master Jabba lived the intense life of a touring performer, giving shows every night. He also opened up a dance school in London, which I found very interesting, only at the age of 25. Let's go over some pros and cons on tap dance. First one, it releases stress. I cannot express that enough. Me as a student and a mother and a wife, I can't express how much it releases stress, especially with me getting back into it after stopping for almost 14 years. Number two, it burns a lot of calories. It's a physical activity, so even that first hour, I'm burning 620 calories. You're non-stop. Number three, it boosts creativity. You can get very creative with those shoes, especially with that noise. It just makes you want to keep going and just kind of create your own moves and rhythm. To me, it's really fun. I'm like a little kid all over again. Here's a few cons of tap dancing. Now, here's some cons on tap dancing. Tap dance could be dangerous for unfit people. Number two, learning tap could be costly affair and time consuming too. I know even at a young age, even me going to classes, sometimes I would go home and practice the dance moves, and that could be very time consuming for a student who's in high school and in middle school.